My name's Tony Rovira and I'm the Executive Director with Solara Minerals, and it's a young company. It's only been around for a short while and I've been a director of the company for the last 6 months. Originally I'm a geologist and probably spent 20 years doing geology, and then I spent the last 20 years being an executive at board level, and I was managing director of Azure Minerals for 20 years. 15 of those years we operated in Mexico, had some success. We made some discoveries, had a small scale mine operating, but never quite made it to the big time. And then COVID came along and it was an opportunity for the company to sell up its assets in Mexico and refocus back into Western Australia. And I was able to convince the legendary Mark Creasy to do a deal with me on a project called Andover. It's located in the Pilbara region just outside of Karratha. And it's a nickel focused project, and we had some success and we found 2 nickel deposits on there. But at the same time we started to expand our search, and 2022 was a time when people were looking for lithium, and we were fortunate enough that elsewhere on the Andover property there was a lot of lithium, and we were able to identify a very large deposit, and that attracted the attention of some of the major players in the game. And so SQM and Hancock Prospecting at the end took us out for 1.7 billion, and soon after that I resigned from the company and retired, but my retirement only stayed short term and then got an opportunity to join with Solara, and I joined at the beginning of January. And it's a young company, but it's a company that's got great potential. They're at various stages of the properties. Some of them have had just soil sampling on them, some have had widespread shallow drilling, air core or RAD or even RC in a couple of places. And there have been some significant gold intersections that were made on some of those projects. And that just needs following up, because the initial exploration that was done by other companies was very wide spaced. You might have a kilometre or more between your drill holes. And most of those drill holes are very shallow, so they haven't really tested the depth extent, and they haven't tested in between some of those drill lines. So the opportunities there is for us to go in. We can do soil sampling in some of those areas, but we can also go back in and do air core drilling or even deeper drilling if we feel the need to. And the Degrussa West property, for example, which is located about 17 kilometres west of the Degrussa mine, has a really good geochemical and geophysical anomalies that are coincident with each other. And so we'll be in there drilling RC and diamond in the not too distant future. We do have to recall that we only acquired these projects back in July, so we're only sort of 2 months into the life that we've had them. We've carried out some site visits and the inspections of the surface geology and the historical work. And so some of those will have targets which are readily identifiable, which we have identified, which we can then go and follow up. But some of them will require some more rudimentary or basic exploration like geophysics or widespread geochemistry. So it's a blank canvas at the moment, and we can just literally go out there and do the exploration at our own pace in the areas where we see the best opportunities are in the near term. One of the reasons that I was attracted to Solara was that the corporate structure of the company is very tight. So there's less than 60 million shares on issue, there's $4 million in the bank, it had no debt, had a clean sheet, as I said, a blank canvas to start working with, both at the corporate level and also at the project level. And so that was an opportunity to come in there and really put a stamp onto the project, and not just mine, but the other people that are involved with the company as well. So the other executive director, James Robinson, the new general manager, Jennifer Neild, and they are also very intimately involved in the progress or the progression of the company. This is something, the company is in a really good position where it could, if it gets onto something good, whether through exploration success or if we make another acquisition, then the company could really go places, because it's got a very tight structure. We certainly will be out there doing some surface exploration within the next few weeks, both soil sampling and also shallow drilling. And then as soon as we get the heritage approval for Degrussa West, which we hopefully will be later this year, then we'll be out there diamond and RC drilling on that target, which is a sort of a combined copper-gold target. So there'll be a lot of news flow happening over the next few months and well into next year as well.